Masala Radio.
Dr. Sheth from Atlanta. He's fighting this coronavirus in the front lines, and we appreciate all the good work that you do. The 5 things that he said we had to repeat at least 12 times because we got calls so many, and I'm just gonna say if I mess up on any of this, please correct me. Dr. Sheth said that these are general precautions to boost your immunity. 1, vitamin C tablet 1000 milligrams, which is 1 gram. Zinc 50 milligrams. 3, take hot showers daily, nice hot shower. 4, take steam inhalations twice daily, just a big pot of hot water, put a towel over it, and just inhale steam 5 minutes twice daily. And then number 5, wear a mask. Everybody should wear a mask. He said it was the biggest blunder, biggest flaw of the government to say no mask needed. Yes, you need a mask and something to cover your nose. If you don't have any mask, just tie a handkerchief around your face to cover your nose and your mouth. Those are 5 things that we can do to protect ourselves. And we're not just protecting us, P. We are protecting...
We're protecting our family, protecting everyone, really.
Yeah, the community.
The community, our neighbors.
And that came from Dr. Sheth. Did I say it accurately, Doc? Is there anything that I missed?
No, that is perfect. Absolutely. I think that the 1 gram of vitamin C, 1000 milligram, which you have been saying, that perfect. It is available 250 milligram pills or 500 milligrams. So you can take a gram or 1000 milligrams. Also, you mentioned the zinc, that is 50 milligrams. That's important. Other precautions, and I think this will go a long ways to protect our families, children, parents, and the entire community.
And he said zinc. I said, why zinc, Doc, yesterday? And he said, I am treating coronavirus patients. The first thing that we give them is 200 milligrams zinc to the people that have the COVID. So you could do 50 milligrams. So it's great information. We even made a flyer. We posted it. We e-blasted it. So that was some good information, Doc. Thank you very much. And you also the medical director of AmeriJuve. So tell me, the AmeriJuve, I know that we have the mandate has forced us to shut down our stores. Many stores have been shut down around us. So AmeriJuve, tell me the status.
Yes, AmeriJuve stores are currently closed nationwide in Atlanta, in San Francisco, in addition to Houston. It is a elective procedures. Most of those, though it is essential on aesthetics side of it, for safety of our clients, of our patients, staff, as well as community. When that CDC issued that guideline, we did decide to store all the closed stores nationwide. We hope to, different states are at different stage of the coronavirus pandemic. We hope that by end of April things are slowing down, and we would be starting some or all of our AmeriJuve locations.
Very good. By the end of April. Very nice.
Yes.
Very nice. And AmeriJuve is so awesome. And I went to the Galleria location, met with Cindy, and such a wonderful staff you have. And she gave us a I'm a
customer too.
And P
customer for life. I did the lifetime deal.
Yeah, so lifetime deal. The full body laser.
And if I ever need any touch-ups, I just go, and they're just so amazing. The Katy location. I love it, actually.
You like the Katy location?
I do.
Wonderful. So you got some right people and right training. You do a great job at your locations. It's always fresh and clean, and all the rooms and wonderful. I know you're out there. You're the big boss. You may not come down so often, but I'm just telling you that these people that you have are wonderful. You got a good team of people.
Indeed. Thank you very much. We are very proud of our team. They go through rigorous training. There is a standardization of it. We provide many of the services, and they overall have been doing excellent job.
For small businesses, there is relief out there for small businesses, and not everybody knows about this, but in the $2 trillion, the stimulus package, there is some money for small businesses that are going through a rough patch right now. Do you believe you feel a lot of these small businesses are gonna have to shut down and now KP George, the Fort Bend County judge, was on the air today, said he just signed a mandate this morning extending the shutdown to April end, and that's just gonna force. I know so many restaurants, small family restaurants, they're just suffering, and it's just. I'm sure that's the case around the country. What's your thought on these small businesses?
Indeed, I think that as you know, 50% of our workforce in United States is employed by small businesses. And all the businesses are closed down. Small businesses are very much affected. Restaurants are one of the ones that is affected big time. So there is a significant impact and disruption in this part. So the $2.2 trillion of CARES Act that is passed, it definitely would be helpful. I think that depending on how long it takes, it may not be enough, but it is a good beginning for providing relief to those parts. And as you know, in Midwest Center for Foreign Investment, where we do EB-5 visa, that investment has gone from $500,000 to $900,000 on many of our businesses. Our employees, they are not working currently because of the closure of the businesses.
Yeah.
So, along with taking care of, it is a financial business where we do provide guidance to different people about their businesses. And most of the investors who have come in this country, they are entrepreneurs. They have started their small businesses. We received a lot of, same thing is true for physicians. Many of the physicians' practices, you would not believe, which provides primary care.
I would have thought that right now in this time, just like grocery stores are slammed, there's a line outside Kimat Grocers yesterday. It's essential. I would have thought that there'd be so many more cases of people that are just rushing to primary care physicians wondering, hey, I've got a cough, and just coming in, just people that are scared. And so I thought there would be an increased rush of people going there.
Not true. Not all the practices. Many of the primary care practices for coronavirus, COVID-19 in specific, number one, we did not have tests available yet. These are coming out. Next week it will probably be available everywhere. We did not have treatment, something that is significantly we can treat. Many of these patients and highly contagious, not all the practices have proper PPEs available. Many of the specialty practices, many of the routine visits for other non-acute illnesses, chronic diseases. There was advisory out to stop from CDC about stopping all elective procedures. Patients were advised not to go in the hospitals, in the clinics, where they can have this exposure. So overall, even healthcare businesses, and I'm not talking about just the medical practices that are associated DME, pharmacy services, therapists, there's a whole slew of things in which people have seen their revenue going down. These are all small businesses. As we try to explore this for our businesses, one of the things that we came across is so much of information is not available. We had our employees who knew about this part from the small business standpoint. So what we decided is that we will start providing these services out to these small businesses, guide them to get what I call free money.
Free money. Free money.
This is a free money. This is free money that is yours to take. There are three basic.
But it sounds too good to be true. There's nothing free in this country. It sounds too good to be true. Free money. Take it. Just apply and take it.
Yeah, it is. It is a very interesting perspective. And this is where it comes from. the money comes in three forms to you, to the small business owners. Like I mentioned yesterday, this is a beautiful way this administration has decided to implement this. They are giving money, part of the $2.2 trillion, they are giving it to small businesses who employs half of our workforce in the country. What they are asking those businesses is to keep their employees on the job.
Yeah, so that we don't have this spike in. There's a huge 700,000 is what I hear unemployment cases filed. 700,000 people have filed. And I can imagine if everybody, this is affecting every single business everywhere. There's not one business that I know that it's not affecting. And so to protect the people and to not make any the spike go higher, they're supporting the businesses and saying you just retain your employees.
Correct. So what is happening is also that another part is that low interest loan. Now that loan is something you do have to return. It is a lower interest, and that is for over a period of time that you have to return. But for every business owner, there is a free money available. 99% of these businesses, we are able to get them a first $10,000 of money that is free. It will take about a month for them to get in their bank, but most of these businesses qualify for that part. They go through that formality. So
for the $10,000, you mentioned $10,000. Is that the bottom number? $10,000 minimum for a small business?
10,000 numbers is a bottom dollar. That is, every business will qualify. No strings attached.
Now, do I need to have a certain number of employees for this 10,000 to qualify?
No.
Oh no.
Correct. You do not have to have. There is a second part of free money about the employees, about how much money you could get. So what we want.
Okay, hold up real quick. This $10,000, is it for businesses that are being suffered, that are suffering right now? And do you have to show them that you are suffering because of this is what my income was last year and this is what I'm making now?
No, you do not have to show that part. You do have to show that you are a business that has existed, and you were operating the business as of 31st of January 2020, and the previous year's data. So what we have done is we have opened up at MCFI Capital Management Company. We'll open up our employees. All of them are now being trained. We have resources to put together, and our goal is every small business owner, everyone who has ownership of a business, small business that is doing little revenue to whatever amount of revenue, but we want them to get
this $10,000 that the government is giving every small business.
$10,000.
That's a lot of money. $10,000. I mean, there are people that are operating from homes and hundreds and thousands of small business. That could be a huge amount.
That could be a huge amount, and as you know, the Indian people in general, people of Indian origin, we have a probably larger number of people that are in some business of their own. And I want the information to reach to everyone. We are advising them. There is a minimal charge that we charge them, but we want to get that $10,000 to every business owner.
That's fantastic. That's a wonderful service that you're providing. So so that's a minimum. 10,000 is a minimum. Now, what if you have some employees and it's small to medium? It's a little larger than just a basic mom and pop.
If from one employee to yourself as an employee in your business, you do qualify for a loan. There is a low interest loan, out of which you will be forgiven for 8 weeks of payroll plus related expenses. So let's take
8 weeks of payroll. Let's say I've got 4 employees and I'm paying $2,000 an employee. So or 2,500, 4 employees, 10,000. 8 weeks of payroll is forgiven.
that is correct.
So that's another. If I've got 4 employees, I'm paying $2,500 a month. That's $20,000.
That is correct. That is correct.
Wow.
And so that is a money that you could get.
Is all this is all this already a part of the $2.2 trillion package?
Correct. It is already a part of $2.2 trillion. What the Trump administration wants to do is make sure that these employees of yours, knowing that currently you are going to have less of revenue, you are going to lose money in the business.
Yeah.
But we want to make sure that these employees are there. And as soon as the lockdown, the shelter in place, all of these part, quarantine or curfews, so to speak, all of these are taken off. Employees have in May and June the job. So month of April is the one to apply for all of this. There are not enough of the financial institutions that can give this money out. So what we advise all the business owners is, number one, that you have nothing to lose.
Just apply. You can apply. There's nothing to lose. And this whole thing about application, there's for students, there's Pell Grants available, and you'd be surprised how many friends I have, how many students I have. They don't just do this. It takes some time to apply, to go online, to apply, and people just don't take the time to actually do that process.
Correct. And I tell you that most of the people don't believe this. In my physician friends group, majority of those are in New York. In the group, I posted the note and say, hey, listen, guys, there is a $10,000 for each of these practices that you are in. These are all private practice owners. Unfortunately, I posted that on 1st of April. Given the coronavirus ordeal going on.
They thought it was an April Fool's joke.
They sure did think about that part. And,
that's crazy.
But it is not. Everyone should get it. And one thing that we have done is, till people get this money in their bank, we do not charge them anything for providing this guidance.
Oh, fantastic! So when you have the money, is then when we get when we get a fee. Obviously, there's a fee. There's a fee to do this work. I'm sure you are hiring people, and you could reach. There could be lots of people that could reach out to you and say, "Listen, I'm not savvy to go on this website and that website and government website and but I'll give you my information. You do this work for me." You do this for me. It's like selling something on eBay. I don't know how to go post something. It's easy, but people don't do it. There are all these centers where you give them the product and they post it. They take a small fee of it, a small cut, but you sell your products.
Indeed, and that is exactly the perspective. What we want to do is we want to get every business owner. We want them to get that $10,000.
Now, see, I am a radio guy. I like to think that I'm well informed about what's happening. I'd heard about this grant. I'd heard about money. I just heard about money and loans. But even I wasn't aware of the $10,000 number. I wasn't aware of the 8 weeks of from the loan. 8 weeks of the salary for your employees would be forgiven. I don't know all this, and I am probably. I'd like to think that I'm well informed.
Correct, and I think that there are intricacies of every government program. Government has responsibility to get enough of information.
But see, the way you are explaining to this, I've not heard anybody from. In all these press conferences, and I keep watching CNN and Fox News, but I've never heard of it explained, directed towards the business America. That here's a breakdown. Here's what we're doing.
Indeed, and I think that is why people do need to think of it. Hey, what do I have to lose? I am a business owner. I can get this money. We do not charge any fees till the people have received.
That's fantastic.
Their bank account.
So you do all the work. Let's say I've got a business. I've got my tax returns from last year. I got my business papers and my DBAs or LLCs or whatever. I can just contact you, and you tell me what documents I need, you tell me what I need to do, and you kind of do everything for me. And if I get the money, then you get the fee.
Indeed.
Wow. Well, that everybody should be any business. Everybody should be jumping on. Okay, let me ask you this. I've got some friends. I've got at least 8 friends that I know. They are in their own real estate practice. They've got their own real estate. Would that also qualify as a small business?
Yes.
Wow. I mean, then the number is. Has Trump thought about how many people this could be? I mean, how many $10,000 checks that they could be writing?
Yes, they have, and that is exactly what they want. That is why they are giving it out to the small business owners. Remember, 50% or more of our workforce is employed by the small business owners on the gas stations, on the sandwich shops, on the restaurants, on the subways, Dunkin' Donut, all of these businesses that you see, real estate businesses. Somebody could be doing a business at home. Any business that has a federal ID number has been doing a business
and filing taxes.
They reach out to us. We are hoping to get 99% plus of these businesses to get at $10,000 and more.
Okay, this brings me a question. A person could have 2 businesses. I've got 2 businesses, Masala Radio, Masala Cruises. And third one, actually, that I do file taxes on, Masala Entertainment. There are 3 separate tax returns I file. Is it all considered one?
No. Each one of these is considered a separate business.
Wow.
Because those are separate businesses.
Why aren't these guys, why do I not hear this? It could boost Trump's ratings if he comes out and give these numbers out.
Absolutely, but there is so much going on right now, right? I think that they are fighting on a lot of fronts. This is something that has come out of a sudden, and the information is not out there, which is the missing part, and the businesses are suffering. They could utilize these funds. The administration was hoping to send these checks in 3 business days. But they did not know it will take them so long of a time to process it. Currently, it is taking 3 weeks. It is going to get longer for them to process it.
So 3 weeks. You are saying that a legitimate business could apply with you, could call you, you do all the work. You're saying in 3 weeks I'll get my $10,000 check?
Correct. So 3 weeks plus 3 days. That is what is as of today.
Wow.
They gave us that you will get that check in, we will be able to process it in 3 weeks.
And this has started, I mean, as in you've started actually putting this in the pipeline?
Many businesses we have started putting those in pipeline. So business owners can reach out I will give out the phone numbers and our website. It goes to mcfiusa.com, which is M as in Mary, C as in Charlie, F as in Frank, I as in India, USA.com. Or they can call our phone number 888-712-5284. Again, that number is 888-712-5284. Or go to our website and contact us on the site.
888-712-5284, mcfiusa.com.
Indeed. So that is...
okay, what else? So now you got me intrigued. So this $10,000 check you get, and then plus you get a loan, and out of the loan, 8 weeks of... and that loan is a low interest loan. You pay over time, but your 8 weeks of employees are written off. Anything else?
And then so those the 3 parts, right? The first thing is you have the $10,000 that you would get. That is free money.
I don't remember the last time in my history of doing business. I do not remember the last time. 27 years I've been doing this. I do not remember the last time when there was a program like this. I mean, maybe you have, but I don't.
No, I have not. And remember, there was Andrew Yang who was saying that I would send $1,000.
Oh, yes.
Every American. Now, here, this is directed towards giving $10,000 to the small business owner, and they are hoping, on average, there are 10 or less employees, including the business owner. And so what they are hoping for is that each of that employee is directly or indirectly going to get $1,000 out of it, and the business owner. So the business is taken care of, employees are taken care of. And in addition, they are giving you 8 weeks of work. That is your 4 payrolls, right? Simple way you think of it, that, hey, my one payroll is that of $10,000 every 2 weeks. You are going to get 4 of those payrolls as a loan that is forgiven. That is a free money.
Wow.
That is a free money that you should get. Every business owner should try and get that money. And then third part, those who need additional money is a low-interest loan that they will pay over a period of time. So it is a great program. I do believe that disproportionately, positively speaking, the Indian Americans are going to be benefiting from.
Oh yes, we are entrepreneurs. We've got our, even when we're working, we got some business on the side. It could be a small business, but it's a business on the side. Working from home, realtors. So many realtors have their own. It's like your own business, and so there's so many. You're right. The Indian American disproportionately are this is an advantage for us.
Indeed. So those are the 3 key areas of the program. There is a conversation about extending that program depending on how the coronavirus, its peak, plateau, and decrescendo happens. They are talking about extending that. But that part is in future to come. And truly, this is a benefit that everybody should use. Everybody should try to get that. Other great part about Indian community is that, it is just the nature of who we are. We do want to go reach out to the community. We do want to reach out to our employees and help them. When you don't have income coming up, restaurants have employees. Convenience stores have employees. All the small businesses, you do want to do something for them. But you don't have revenue coming up. What do? You do want to help people. And this is a great way for you to be able to help, which is the inbuilt nature of every Indian.
Yes, it is.
That we look around in the community, we go out there and help. Look at our BAPs, look at our Sikh associations. Known. I mean, these volunteer organizations are known everywhere in the community. Looking over, that is how the nature of the society is in India. Like 1.3 billion people. This lockdown, I was telling my friends here and say, hey, listen, people are going to be taken care of.
Yeah.
Believe me, that is the nature of it. Everyone in the community knows which household has a need or which household is going to have a need during this time. They help each other.
Okay, so let me get the guidelines. First is that who can apply? You must have a federal ID number.
Correct.
And then you must have tax returns from last year.
Short of, yes.
I didn't hear a third one. Is this just 2? I've got a federal ID number. I've got a DBA. I've been doing.
You are a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident.
Yeah, U.S. citizen, permanent resident.
Permanent resident. You have to be in business on 31st of January 2020.
So many people will qualify. I'm just now I'm worried, sometimes when you open this up and I'm worried, is there going to be a provision if the funds if there's enough funds to cover, because there
is a provision, and just think of it. Let's say there are 1 million businesses. The 1 million businesses, each one of them was to get $10,000.
Yeah.
That is $10 billion. Billion, B with
Wow.
boy, A with boy. That is $10 billion. They have allocated significant portion of that, about $500 million towards billion dollars, 500 billion, B,
Wow.
billion with B as in boy, towards small businesses, all of these three areas, okay, out of $2.2 trillion. And so bigger companies, those are going to be rescued, in which America, United States government is going to become a owner of a portion of the business. They are going to acquire the stocks in those companies. But there is the same amount that is given to small businesses in which Americans are becoming the partners, so to speak.
Yeah.
And that is one of the beautiful way that it is done, because the impact is going to be on the small business owners, on all of these employees, and these employees are going to go out and spend that money in the economy. So, it is just going to give.
It boosts the economy. It'll certainly boost the economy. I think
Absolutely.
this is wonderful. I'm gonna great interview. I'm gonna play this interview again tomorrow, and frankly, I'll play this interview for the whole week. This is a wonderful interview. I really am shocked myself that I did not know. Partly just because maybe I haven't looked enough, and this number is not out there. This number in all this Yahoo news that I read and all the CNN that I watch, I am dumbfounded that I did not, maybe I missed it. I missed it somewhere, that I did not catch this. But this is incredible. I think it's incredible to boost the economy from within and empowering people with this free money, as Dr. Sheth calls it. Not only are you a medical doctor actively treating people that have COVID-19, and you were giving out tips on how to protect yourself. But today here you are telling small business people, small business owners, that hey, there is a ray of light. There's some ray of light. There's some free money that you can get, and you can survive. You can survive through this. This is wonderful. Now, I'm just gonna jump real quick. Your thought on airlines and cruise companies. The Carnival stock has gone down to $8.49 today, and it's dipped again in the last couple of days. The cruise industry, the airline industry. I've got some stocks in Carnival. Am I looking at? Do you have a feeling that the company is going to bail him out, or you feel like bankruptcy and the stocks are going to go to zero?
So I think that bankruptcy is unlikely, but overall, because these cruise lines, Norwegian, Carnival, of course, and Royal Caribbean, these are not U.S. headquartered companies, and they have not paid taxes in the United States. That is not a good news. And because of that, the administration's hands are tied as to if they can bail them. They cannot. Because these are companies headquartered in Bahamas or somewhere outside U.S. Now, when I looked up at Royal Caribbean, I did see that they are showing their headquarters to be in Miami, but I have heard that majority of the companies, Carnival in specific, is not. Second thing Carnival has done, which was important for their survival, is they have borrowed money at a very high interest rate. I heard the number to be 12.5%, 12.5% money, short-term borrowing that they have done, about $1.5 billion. Also, they have put some stocks out, common stocks, at $8. That is why it has gone close to 8 or a little bit below and come back up. In long run, I do believe that these industries will come back up, but it would be a few years of holding time. All of those are trading close to 90% off from that peak, 80 to 90% off. And so, 1 year outlook, 2-year outlook is not that great, but I think it is at a huge 90% discount. That industry has bottomed out, just like oil. Just like oil industry, which does matter to Houston folks, it is. I don't think it can go any lower than this. So those who want to get in, it is a good time to get in my opinion. And remember, this is as marginal of advice that it can be.
Right.
This is a one man's thought.
Of course. Of
who
course.
started looking into this thing just a month ago.
So if I've got Carnival stock, Royal Caribbean, they might be headquartered in Miami. If I got Carnival stock, what should I do?
Well, you hold on to it. Those are going to come back up. I bought some Carnival stocks. I love Carnival. It's a great cruise line company.
It is.
And they're going to come back up. I think as we come out of this thing, it is a great value that provides to people en masse. And I always have wonderful time in cruises. So those will come back up. It's just the bailing out of it is not, and so they have gone out and gotten the money. So now they have enough money that they would be needing to survive through, which is going to be the key part.
So so you're saying that they already got the money. Carnival already has got the money.
That is correct.
Okay, that's good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. The same thing with the airlines, and
airlines is a different story. Airlines, I believe, airlines have the survival. They have the money, right? They are bailed out. There is
they're bailed out because they're based in the U.S. They're Boeing
US,
and
U.S. taxpayers, U.S. employees. Boeing, Delta Airlines, American, United, all of these airline companies, Southwest, headquartered in Texas. These are going to be airlines that they are going to survive, and they are also important part of the American, basic infrastructure, right?
Yeah.
In addition to employees, employing large number of people, so they are going to be there. Oil industry. It's a great card for Houston. I think it is a significant boost. How President Trump has taken this on, and so it will come up. Those are my basic thoughts on. I call myself a first grader in the equity market, and so these are.
No, it's wonderful. It's good to have this information, and I'm getting messages. I'm reading messages about this. Somebody just tuned in. So let me just kind of summarize. There's free money out there. Part of the 2.2 trillion stimulus package. There is money for the businesses, and if you have a business, a small business, mom and pop businesses, small businesses, you got a federal ID number, you're a US citizen or a green card holder, you filed a tax return last year, you're in business on 30th of January 2020, you could be eligible for a $10,000 check that's coming to you in 3 weeks. You don't have to do any paperwork. You don't have to go on any websites. MCFI USA, Dr. J said, I've known him for a while. Some very dear friends of mine know him for when he came to the U.S. for his residency, and he was walking on a bridge. In cold, I heard stories about you walking down a long distance to get to where you had to go. And I've heard stories about him, and he heads MC. He is also the medical director, CEO of AmeriJuve Med Spa, based in Houston, Atlanta, San Francisco. He's also the director of MCFIUSA.com, and right now he's putting all his task force, all his people at MCFI USA in helping people like you and me, people that have small businesses and multiple small businesses. If you got multiple federal ID numbers and multiple businesses, each business can be eligible for $10,000 of a grant. It is a grant to survive and to put this money back into our economy. And how do you learn more about this? They will do all this for you. There's a small fee. Just like if you want to sell something and you go on eBay and there's a small fee to sell your product or your package or your shirt or whatever, small fee to help you get the money, but that fee is not taken until you actually get the check for $10,000. What you got to lose? You got to call this number. Write this number down. Very, very, very important right now to write this number down and call this number. maybe you can call tomorrow. Go on the website mcfiusa.com. If you remember, we were talking about when the EB5 program was going on and the 500,000 was going to go to 900,000. Jay Seth was on the air saying it will happen. It'll happen. It's going to go from 500 to 900, and indeed it has. mcfiusa.com is a website for small businesses to go out there and get your $10,000, which has been approved. It's been approved by the White House, the Senate, the House, and the money is in the pipeline. So yes, it is not just a pipe dream, it's actually in the pipeline. You can apply now in 3 weeks and 3 days. Now, of course, when more and more people apply, the 3 weeks, 3 days might become longer. And it's only, is there a deadline for this, Doc?
No, there is no deadline. But I think that in the month of April, especially for the forgivable loan part, everybody should get that done as early as possible.
I'm going to post this interview tomorrow on all our social media and tell everybody how, most people are just this process of going to now, these government websites and, you got to do this and that. MCFI USA will help you. They will tell you what you need to have. They will tell you the paperwork. They will walk you through this, and they will apply for you. You'll get a check of $10,000 in 3 weeks. And then the other part is that if you could also apply for a loan, which is a low interest loan. You pay over time, and the beauty about that is that whatever your payroll is, just as an example, you're paying $2,500 a month, 4 employees. That's $10,000 a month. Let's say 8 weeks, which is $20,000, is maaf. Maaf is you don't have to pay that loan back. 100,000 में से अगर आपने 1 लाख का लोन लिया तो 20,000 आपका माफ होगा. बाकी का 80,000 you pay over time. Very low interest rate. Hey, put some of that money in Carnival. Right now it's 8.5, and it is gonna rise. You put the money in the economy. And that's how America is going to rebuild. I think that's fantastic information. So I'm going to put this out there. I'm going to put this interview out there. Free money available to you. It is free money for small businesses. And Dr. Jay Seth, that I'm talking right now, wears multiple hats. And he's also a practicing medical doctor and geriatric doctor, helping people recover from COVID. He puts on the mask and the gloves and the suit and the chashma. He's out there treating people. And the 5 things he said yesterday, I'm going to repeat that also because I got so many people asking me about this. The 5 things you should do. Everybody, general precaution. You don't have it now? Fantastic. How do you not catch it? Well, here's the 3 things that you should do. 1, this is from Jay Seth yesterday. 1 tablet of vitamin C, 1,000 milligrams a day to boost your immunity. Zinc, 50 milligrams a day. Take hot showers in the morning. Number 4, inhale steam. Because I think he said something about if the virus gets into your nasal passage or your esophagus, you inhale steam and you sort of kill it or disinfect it. You should do it twice a day. And everybody should be wearing masks. Whether it's a handkerchief, it doesn't have to be that hi-fi mask that people are, running around to buy. It could just be any simple mask that would just block, outside stuff from getting in your nose and your mouth. So those 5 things you should do. I just posted that yesterday, and I'm going to post all this information that I just heard tomorrow on our social media. I'm going to post this entire interview on YouTube. So everybody spread the word. mcfiusa.com is going to help you. Any information, Dr. Jay Seth may not be directly available, but all his people, he's trained them. Everybody knows this, and it's the number I'm going to give out, 888-712-5284, 888-712-5284, mcfiusa.com. Medical Director Ameri Juve, one of nation's leading med spas, and also a practicing doctor. You do so much, and we appreciate. And we commend you for going out there and treating patients. We appreciate you getting out and telling small business owners about this, and we will spread the message far and wide. We thank you, Doc. Be safe, be healthy, and do what you got to do.
All right, everyone are happy and enjoyable weekend. Be safe, and Sunil, thank you for everything you do.
You are wonderful, Doc. You're doing so many things together at once, and we just got to give you a round of applause for the good work that you do. We appreciate this information, but we should. I'd like to do these interviews weekly to reiterate people on what's happening out there in the front lines with your fighting COVID, you're helping people with coronavirus, and all this help for these small businesses.
I would love to do that. Looking forward to.
Thank you so much, Jay Sheth, Dr. Jayesh Sheth.
Masala.